everybody. This is Devin Townsend, he said, with an ironic shuffle of his head there. And I would like to describe to you the acoustic guitars that I'm using. And typically, as we have discussed between the intrepid cameraman and myself, talking about acoustic guitars is incredibly boring because they're essentially big wooden boxes. However, this acoustic guitar made by Alvarez Yairi is a very particular acoustic guitar because it's a smaller body than other acoustic guitars that have bigger bodies. And it's got ebony, I think, on the fretboard, which gives it a real ebony quality to the tone. And on the top here, as you notice, hand-scraped cedar, which makes it sound very, I don't know, God. The guy who let me have this guitar pimped it out in such a way that it just made it sound like I was going to the best buffet ever. So apparently, hand-scraped cedar is of awesome, characteristics tonally, but it looks badass or whatever. And this thing is a pick guard, which means that if you're using a pick, the pick guard prevents the pick from scraping up the hand-scraped cedar, so, And on the top here, you'll notice it's got an A, which more than likely stands for the company Alvarez, which this guitar is. And these things are gold, which is typically a type of metal that is really expensive. But in this case, it's actually plating on probably a very cheap metal. But it sounds good as far as a tuning peg would sound. And if you notice from my guitar strap, I have a red shoelace, which I bought at, I think, an Asda somewhere in London. And it's a very high quality one. That's not going to go anywhere. And it has a preamp and an acoustic pickup inside of it, made by also the intrepid folks at Alvarez Yairi. And this here has many buttons that do functions along the lines of equalization, battery checking, volume adjustments, all sorts of things. And you plug it in here, which is a hole that you plug it into. And you see, as awesome as this guitar may seem to you, the even better part of this whole thing is I've got another one that's the same guitar but huge. It's a Baritone, right? Hey, that's what happens when you're Canadian and you blow guys at acoustic guitar manufacturing. No, that's not true. And what else can I tell you about the guitar that would make it interesting for you? Because I'm sure you're thrilled at this point. Well, it's got strings on it, and they are free for me because I'm a bit of a whore. But they're nice because they're made by D'Addario, and they have some sort of spider web goo on it that keeps them from going dull if you play as feverishly as folks like I do. So that's it. D'Addario strings with goo on them, scraped cedar, pick guard. Oh, shit, totally forgot. This thing, I don't know what it does, but it looks really cool. It's this plastic doohickey that apparently takes the internal resonance of the binding and all the structural integrity of the guitar and projects it into the audience. But it's just, it looks good, so I put it in there. And it's Planet Waves, right? Planet Waves, buy one so you can have structural integrity. And until we meet next time, I highly recommend the Alvarez Yairi guitar because it's a fabulous instrument of emotional fortitude, and you deserve one because you're an awesome person. Bye.